It's worn out.
Like the keys
The
are
bag
worn
is
out.
still good. With distressed leather, it only gets more distressed and looks more authentic. Well, that's very kind of you. One day.
Picton. His wedding.
Picton.
At the crib.
Another wedding.
Apple tree.
Yummy breakfast. Yeah. They're making all the bagels and salads.
Friday, more people are coming in.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fine. Good, more people making noise than us. Hi. Yeah.
So I'm going to help. We'll have regards. Did he? Good. I was excited to get up here, get the opportunity to come up here, but after some of Apollo's reservations or revelations about Josie, I might rethink this. But I think I'll just go ahead with what I had prepared. I'd like to say hello and welcome everyone to the happy event, the creation of...
I know what I love about him, but in preparing for my speech, I decided to go to my kids to say, what do you love about your uncle? Immediately, they started rhyming things off like, oh, Ian's so kind, he's patient, he never swears, and he's so funny. He runs around all the time trying to put his fingers in our ears and nose. So, yes, they're all right. These are some of Ian's best qualities, I do agree. As an adult, I definitely admire these qualities, except for the fingers and the nose. I'll punch him right in the face if he comes near me. But as his little sister, it was my purpose and my job to exploit these good virtues of his as much as possible. For me, this meant continuously taking advantage of him and hanging out with his friends whenever possible, and frequently taking center stage and giving helpful feedback to them on everything I thought. Believe me, Ian and his friends really needed it. No, your perm on top and mullet in the back is not a good look. No, that shiny leather jacket is not fashionable and deserves to go right back in the closet. No, Duran Duran is not the coolest band around. And no, my friends don't want to go out with any of you. They think you're all losers. But through it all, not once did Ian ever complain. He never told me to go away or to be quiet. He just let me be with him at all times, being together, enjoying each other. However, this has not stopped us from staying connected in our daily lives. There are often novel-length texts, photos, and Skype calls. We've been able to remain very close. Most of the time, our banter back and forth is fairly lighthearted, but there have been times when I've heavily relied on Ian to send me honest, detailed messages about what's going on at home. He's told me when family members have not been well, and he sent endless messages sharing everything with me that he knew, and letting me know when I should soon prepare myself to come home.
Look at this. Want some water? Careful, don't fall. Forget the bride, everybody wants the baby. It's good?
Did your dad get the message about the shoes?
He disappeared, so I'm assuming he did.
Did you do that?
She taught me.
go till 4 or 5 in the morning. And generally beat our cousin who's not here, Paul Pizzo. Anyway, like every older brother, my sister annoyed me to no end as a kid. As an adult, I enjoy her company and I love every minute with her. Not only did my sister have all the talent in the family, she received more than her fair share. Besides her hair and musical talent, one of the greatest things about my sister was her ability to always get into trouble. I'm going to roast you here for a minute. Lighting an incense burner in her room. I think I may have told them that it was some sort of illegal drug. Josie, besides being the badass sister that you think you are truly the most loving, caring mother that I know, not including our own mother and Jackie, of course. It's obvious how incredible William, Aiden, and Charlotte are, that you are such an amazing mom. I have the best niece and 2 nephews in the world because of you. I love you very much, my little sister. Ian. Thank you for joining our lives and sweeping my sister off her feet.
This is Josie's dear brother, Paolo, and he's got some very heartfelt things to share with everybody. So, without further ado.
Thanks, Steve. I could do this in really poor Italian, but maybe 2% will get it. But anyway, so I always felt it was important to introduce myself as Josie's brother, since I walked her down the aisle, so I'm not her dad. Got all that clear, I'm a lot younger. But anyway, it's great to see everybody here. We're gonna have an awesome night tonight. Josie, you look absolutely stunning. Ian, well, you're okay. So I was told by several people to be nice. I've made a point of introducing myself to everybody as much as possible. But you know, the reality is, when you do a wedding speech, no one really remembers anything anyway. So, on that note, I've known Josie for over 50 years. Sorry. They know you snore now. Well, that's an extra 50 years. We first met just 2 days after Josie was born. I was playing with my friends in Target Place back in Scarborough, Toronto, and my mom insisted on telling my dad to get Paolo over, see our new bundle of joy. So I don't remember this, but I was told upon seeing my sister for the first time, I went, "Oh, great. Can I go play now?" This kind of sums up our relationship over the years. But honestly, Josie, I love you more than anything you know.
Now she's cooking. Did you do something like that? I thought you were saying that's so fun.
You think that's silly, but there's another side of me you know you like to see. Ain't that right? Oh, that's right. I got my money in my pocket, a girl beside me, a little bottle rocket. There's a finger on her lips and a swagger in her hips tonight.
Happen, so I looked Googling it to find out, and then I had to show her pictures. This is what this
Let's go back. There's no way we can. She should have put their
she just kind
I know, but you don't say the key. I cittadini bosci cittadini, that's why.
Oh, Murad.
You Italy, boss. Yeah. Where you going, Luce? Who are you looking for?
That guy!
You're out of your mind right now.
Hey, everybody! Even I'll hold her and she's happy and everything. She walks in the room.
Everyone, like siblings, or just Ian's family. Jackie. Excuse me. Hello. Jackie, here. No, Jackie. Hello. The cousin one. Hello. No, they're not going away. Oh.
No? Okay. Well, first of all, we'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight, for sure. We realize that this is kind of the middle point of everybody, where everybody lives, and that it took a lot of effort and expense and planning for you to be able to show up tonight. And it means a lot for us that you showed up and helped celebrate this day. It's coming together of two groups of families and friends, and we just hope that we created a nice, relaxing evening for you to get to know each other and enjoy yourselves. So the first toast we'd really like to make is to everybody here. It's to good family, good friends. Really can never have too many and never too late to have new ones. I've got lots of pages, but you know, take comfort. It's like 17 font because I wasn't sure I'd be able to find my glasses today. So the first thing I'd like to make a toast to are our close family. First of all, the Musos. I'd like to talk to Nona, Paul, Jackie, Alessia, Wyatt, and Emerson. A little under 4 years ago, you opened your doors to me at Christmas time, to the new guy.
Reluctantly.
I didn't feel reluctantly, so you did a good job. That you barely knew, if at all. Immediately you made me feel welcomed and a part of something.
So she had to teach me to run your hand out like this. Yeah, so. I know. So I make sure you don't. Hello. Hi. Congratulations. Yes, she's gonna do it. Yes. Say a couple words. This is a great table from here. We're all family members. I'm Josie's first cousin.
This is the Miller clan. Congratulations.
No, sorry, there's not. Never mind. Just forget what I said. How about that? Ian will tell me when we're supposed to get going again. Bear with me. Go ahead, Dee.
Appreciate that and treasure. I'd like to make a
Ian, I know I don't have to tell you how lucky you are to have found Josie, but I'm going to anyway. Not because you don't already know this, but because I want to share with everyone today just what a truly special friend my dear Josie is. What developed over the years was that special bond that happens when you realize that your friend has become something more. It is about connecting with someone who has shared interests and values.
We'll keep it nice and short and sweet. We just want to say a little something. Okay, so neither of us have ever done a speech before, so we're super stoked to be doing our very first one, especially Aiden. The first time we were introduced to Ian and his family, Evan was about the same age as Charlotte is now, so about 4 or so years ago. I'll never forget the first day both of our families met. It was New Year's Eve at Dave & Buster's, and let me tell you, it was a very bizarre place to meet. I don't know what you guys were thinking, just releasing some prepubescent teens and expecting us to all bond. Wanted nothing to do with each other. Or at least that's how I felt. We spent the whole night avoiding conversation and just generally keeping our distance from each other. And just when I thought the awkwardness was out of the way and that first encounter was over and done with, oh no, my mom and Ian, they weren't done there. They were just getting warmed up. And for the next month, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, we would all stare at the TV. It would be me, Aiden, Charlotte, Jade, and Evan, and play many painfully awkward games of Rock Band with Aiden on the mic singing Buffalo Soldier. while my mom and Ian chatted it up in another.
Thankfully, we moved past the Rock Band stage. We got to know Evan and Jade a lot better and began to form a stronger bond. Our mom married Ian means that we now have 2 more siblings, and we think that's pretty awesome. With the more time we spent together with the Johnson family, we began to feel more comfortable around Ian. We learned to accept he's going to wear that superhero shirt in public, no matter what, and we're okay with that now. Ian slowly became a man we could go to and trust for advice. Naturally, I felt very protective of my mom, as I'm sure any son or daughter would. But as stubborn as I may have been in my head, Ian treated and treats my mom with nothing but respect, and gives us all to Evan and Jade, and even towards us now. And hey, the fact that he's a teacher means that we get extra help on our essays, so I think that's a win in itself. Now Ian, don't get too excited. You prepare us all this with moments where you have completely messed up. Or as Will like to put it, completely bottled it.
Well, I believe Zio mentioned this a little bit before, but that time we bought our mom a skillet for her birthday. Very romantic.
Bottled it.
That time you almost hit a pedestrian in California with our car?
Bottled it.
That time you almost led our family of 7 to the Bronx at 12 p.m. with many, many shopping bags. We just wanted to get to New Jersey.
Bottled it.
That time you tried to ride a skateboard and fell flat on your ass. Glad I was really forget that.
Bottled it.
Or that time you forgot your wallet on top of your car and had to retrieve it on the freeway after it fell off.
Alright, and now Mom. Only good stuff here. Where would we be without you? We know we can be a pain at times, and that can be a piece of work. But throughout all our lives, me, Aiden, and Charlotte, you've driven us to soccer and dance practice, given us rides home at 1 in the morning, thank you, taken us to school, dealt with our dysfunctional morning routine, and even driven us to work when I got the car. And growing up, you've always put our needs before yours and made sacrifices in your life to make ours better. It's impossible to explain how much we appreciate you, but we do. Thank you for everything. We support you now as you get married to Ian, who we know cares so much for you. And has an incredible amount of selflessness, and that's what matters to us.
We recognize and see how happy you are now that you're with Ian, which makes us happy. You smile more, laugh more, and Ian, for that we thank you. You make your mom so happy and take such good care of her. We would never imagine we'd be at our own mom's wedding, but we're glad to someone like Ian. We couldn't be happier to be here tonight celebrating you two. Mom, we love you, and Ian, I guess you're alright.
And now we'd just like to raise a toast. So here's to many more games of Rock Band, Ian bottling it for years to come, and to our mom who provides us with unconditional love. We love you guys and we love our modern family. It's a wacky one, but we love it. Cheers.
I'm sorry.
You got my shoes?
Stroller.
You got my shoes in this?
The shoes are fabulous, by
They
the
got
way.
their own clothes up.
Of our time change. But for me, they were invaluable. Ian has helped me stay connected to my home in a way that no one else could, and for that, Ian, I'm super grateful. Okay. Ian has also been a sympathetic partner in this challenge of parenthood. With Jay, Liam, Finn, Evan, and Aiden all coming seemingly at once, we've had and continue to share a lot. Everything from babies not sleeping to teenagers who will not get out of bed. From the excitement of those cute little teeth to the payments required to straighten them. From bald little heads to mohawks and purple hues. From tiny onesies to prom dresses and formal suits. And from the fun of reading Dr. Seuss books to the agony of trying to understand high school math. It's the moments when I see Ian as a dad that I realize what an exceptional human being he is. Jade and Evan, you are so lucky to have your dad, and Ian, you are more.
It's like they're not gonna, like, I don't know.
Second shirt. Okay, still need just a couple more to introduce. Yeah, you can start coming up.
And the terms are 10 weeks, 10 weeks, 8 weeks. Yeah, so like you go, so for my first term, in order to get my first term like to actually go to school, they need to see server
We used to, and I really miss the Noki. That's it. Our kids are growing up and making new friends, but Josie is always there. When
I'd like to start off by saying I was extremely nervous to come up and talk in front of everyone, but I presented in front of a third of you at school anyway, and this time I won't be getting graded, so that's what I'll be thinking about to make things easier. If my jokes don't make the cut, though, just look at my brother here, and he'll make weird faces and do funky things with his hands for your entertainment. I've known my dad for a good 18 years. Of course, I don't fully remember the first 5 or 6 years, or 7 to be honest, but out of the years I do remember, and the photos I've seen of the first 7, you can clearly tell we've been best friends since the beginning. You can clearly see from the photos of us sporting matching Senator team jerseys and trying out the funkiest looking face mask you can find at Lush. My dad has many character traits that make him special. He's loving, patient, kind, and always knows how to make us laugh. And whenever he can, his don't do it trick always works. Keeping up with my brother and I is a big task. Although like my dad, we tend to make fun of people in organized sports, we do partake in other activities that require quite a bit of effort and time. He never ceases to amaze us as he runs across the paintball field laughing at himself or the fact that he continues to eat my cooking even after going through my baking soda cookie incident. He's an amazing dad and our best friend. We knew it would take someone special to match our dad's personality, so when we first met Josie, and she was able to hold a conversation about Shark Week with my brother, and withstand our interesting experience at Dave & Buster's, as well as deal with my dad's random tickling attacks, I know he had found the same patient, funny, loving, and kind person that he had always been for us.
Josie, your family has made it so easy for our funky trio to mix in with yours. I don't know another group of people who will play Rock Band for 4 hours straight with us, or random games on Google like Home Hockey. Thank you, Josie, for tolerating our bickering, and thank you for teaching our dad how to cook something other than salmon. We love your recipes, Dad, and Josie's veal and meatballs definitely win. Thank you, Josie, for accepting us and supporting my sister and me through thick and thin. You have been so loving towards me and my sister. We are so happy to have you by our side for the rest of our lives.
I found a poem that made me think of the both of you, and I read it on the shelf in the TV room that no one touches or reads. It went like this. Most importantly, love like it's the only thing you know how. At the end of the day, all this means nothing. Where you're sitting, your degree, your job, the money, nothing even matters, except love and human connection. Who you love and how deeply you love them. How you touch the people around you and how much you gave them. Both of you have touched my brother and me in so many ways. You have loved us and supported us continuously, and for that we thank you. We are so happy to see you find that same love in each other, and we are excited to continue surprising people with our 7 dwarfs of similarities. To Dad and Josie.
At the end of we're finding things. I want to find Guess what? Guess what? This is Ian, who got married today. This is his sister. And guess where she lives? Dubai. You know that? That she lives in Dubai? Yeah? They're obsessed with Burj Khalifa right now. We've done all the presentations. He's done all the research. We've done all the
I'm thinking about this, right?
Nope, that's I thought
They did the homework.